Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we are going to be going over the sales aspect of creating a group block, and specifically regarding the payment and the guarantee method for the blocks that you have. And commonly there are three methods of setting up the payment. It could be an individual pay setting, it could be a group master folio setting, where there is a guaranteed method of payment for everybody, or it could be a matter of a direct bill account. And that sometimes overlaps with the second one, where it's routed to a group master folio. So I'll give three examples where these situations, these guaranteed methods are commonly used, starting with individual pay. Now, individual pay is oftentimes used when there is a wedding block, wherein the wedding organizers or the bride and groom initiate the block request to sales for the hotel, and sales or management in this case would approve the block and create it with a guarantee method where each guest who reserves under the block has to guarantee the reservation under their own primary method of payment, which is their own credit card, for example. And this is something, again, a lot of weddings typically go down this route. Sometimes if there is a sporting event where parents come and want to participate at an event that their kids are attending, that's something else that may be done in that setting where it's individual pay, so the parents pay individually. Now, if we look at a group master account where everything is routed to a master folio that may have incidentals covered separately by the guests, this is something that you often see with a sporting event where it's a team that's staying, typically a professional team or university high school team staying. And a lot of times these blocks are created through a third-party travel agency that contacts the hotel and submits an RFP, a request for proposal, to the property. And once approved, they send a credit card authorization to the hotel for that hotel to use. And there's also commission sometimes involved with stuff like that. However, it could also be a case where a team organizer contacts the property directly or through sales channels, directly through a sales manager, and wants to set up a credit card authorization for the rooms, in which case it's used for the room and tax for everybody staying on the team for their reservations. And this style of guarantee, where it's a group folio, sometimes overlaps with a direct bill. Now, when do we do direct bill? Direct bill is something, again, that is managed by sales and the sales manager, essentially, or by the hotel management, where they approve of it. Because you have to set a certain amount of credit limit, and you also have to keep track of the aging summary of accounts, direct bill accounts that you have, and make sure the invoices and statements are sent to your contacts on time, so you get paid when you're supposed to be getting paid by them. Now, your property may have a certain number of direct bill accounts, especially if you have a lot of corporate demand or business traffic that comes through, local business traffic. This is something I experienced quite a bit at some other properties I worked at, as well as my current properties, especially if it's a university, a local university, where they may have several different departments, and the departments may have people who want to stay at your hotel. That's something that can be done as well for a group account, especially if there's a conference that's going on for that university, for example. You may also have an instance where the group organizer or organizers wish to set up a direct bill account, if there isn't one already at the property, for more streamlined billing. And this is something that would be approved by the hotel after they send a direct bill request form to these organizers. On a final note, just make sure that there is clear communication between the front desk staff as well as sales, revenue, and management. We don't want a situation where there may be potential overlap with amenities with another group potentially, or other guests at the hotel if the amenity was already reserved in the contract by the block that you have. So just make sure there is clear communication so that the day can run as smoothly as possible. Sometimes even the best plans need to be improvised on site, so don't be afraid to jump in and provide assistance where you can, when you can. That is part of being a good host. So I hope you all found this video informative and useful. This is Jay Hospitality signing off. Thank you for joining me.